Hello Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Taurus, here we're going to focus on your past, present, as well as your future, but we're also going to see the ultimate outcome of your current situation. So with all that being said, Taurus, let's get started. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, for their past, present, as well as their future, and the ultimate outcome. All right, Taurus, in the past, we do have the Strength card. Your current energy is the Five of Swords. And in your future, we do have the Seven of Swords. As far as your ultimate outcome is concerned, we do have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Taurus, there's somebody within your energy field, and this person could be an air sign strongly, so a Gemini, Libra, possibly an Aquarius. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but there's somebody within your energy field, and we have to double check on this because it's either you just simply don't trust this person, or you're dealing with somebody who's extremely untrustworthy. And that's something that I would like to kind of get down to the bottom of, because I am definitely getting that it could even be a combo of both. That's a possibility. Maybe you don't trust this person because this person isn't so trustworthy, or maybe you just simply don't trust this person because you think you can't, but maybe you actually can. So I do want to get down to the bottom of what's going on here, but I am definitely getting that this person, your energy field, regardless if this person is trustworthy or not, I feel like it's very hard, Taurus, for you to like focus on the things that you want to focus on when you're constantly worried and concerned about them and what they're doing. You know what I mean? And things like that is basically what I'm getting, which creates a massive distraction, I would say, like for you. Is basically what I'm getting. But let's get into your reading and see what's going on. So in the past, we do have the Strength card. So let's see what's going on there. Okay, we have the Three of Swords to the Five of Pentacles to the Devil. Okay, so you've been dealing with this person for quite some time now. Okay. In the past, it looks like you found the strength and the courage within yourself, Taurus, to walk away from this person. I am getting that. And it could have been due to, like, you know, something that this person said and or did, or it could have a lot to do with you just simply feeling like you can't trust them. And that's what I'm trying to get down to the bottom of it. Is it because you think you can't trust them, but you totally can trust them? Or is it because, you know, you can't trust them because you totally shouldn't? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to like currently figure out, because I'm getting two different like things. You know, for some of you, there could very well be a group of you there could be a group of you out there where you find yourself connecting with someone that you think you can't trust, but you can trust them. And then there's others of you out there that are dealing with somebody that you can't trust simply because you honestly shouldn't, because you're dealing with somebody who's untrustworthy. But like I said, we're going to get down to the bottom of it. But it looks like, yeah, in the past, you did find the strength and the courage within yourself to walk away from this person due to, you know, you feeling like you can't trust them, due to you basically feeling like this relationship is just not healthy for you. Now let's look at the Five of Swords. Okay, so it kind of looks like after this relationship between the two of you came to an end, due to, like, you know, you feeling like you can't trust them, due to you feeling like this relationship is just simply not healthy for you, kind of looks like this person was able to win you back. Is basically what I'm getting. Yeah, it kind of looks like this person was able to win you back. It kind of looks like this person was able to fix and repair things here with you. Now, even though this person was able to win you back, I still feel like you just can't trust them for whatever reason. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Now, in the near future, we do have the Seven of Swords, so let's see what's going on with that. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Now it's all starting to make sense. Now it's all starting to make sense here. All right. Yeah, I was kind of waiting for that to come out because I'm just like, wait a minute. Are you dealing with somebody who's untrustworthy, and that's why you don't trust them? Or are you dealing with somebody that you just simply don't trust, but you totally can? You know what I mean? So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Taurus. I feel like you're dealing with someone that you think you can't trust, but you totally can. Is the best way that I can describe what it is that I'm seeing here. Yeah, it's the best way that I can describe it is I'm seeing here. For whatever reason, you just think that you can't trust them. For whatever reason, you just constantly find yourself thinking, you know, this person's probably doing this behind my back. They're probably doing that behind my back, you know, like it's as if you find yourself constantly thinking the worst when it comes down to this particular person. You know, this to me kind of feels like the epitome, right? Of like, because I feel like you've experienced this throughout the course of your relationship with them. So let me just throw this example out there. Like, this is like the epitome, right? Of this person, like one day telling you, like, hey, like, Taurus, like, I'm gonna run to the grocery store real quick. Like, do you want anything? Do you need anything? And it's like your mind immediately jumps to like, oh, okay. Well, they're not really going to the grocery store. They're probably going to some girl's house. They're probably going to some guy's house. Yeah, so no, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like your mind immediately jumps to like, they're about to do something god awful to you. You know what I mean? Or behind your back is basically what I'm getting when like they're not, like they're legit going to like the grocery store. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You know, with the King of Pentacles coming out here, you know, it's as if you would have thought that you were dealing with a King of Wands like energy, because to be honest, that's what I was kind of waiting for, is for the King of Wands to come out for this person. But this person's not showing up as a King of Wands. They're showing up as a King of Pentacles, which is basically like the polar opposite of a King of Wands like energy. A King of Wands is like a playboy playgirl like energy. It's someone who's honestly not to be trusted, in my personal opinion. King of Pentacles, on the other hand, quite the opposite. King of Pentacles is somebody who is trustworthy. King of Pentacles is somebody who's very big on commitment, but also very big on loyalty, unlike the King of Wands. So with that being said, I mean, it looks like you're dealing with somebody who is very committed and very devoted to you and what they share with you. I just feel like you just don't believe that that's the case. I just feel like you just don't believe that that's the case. And because you don't believe that that's the case, this is kind of why you find it so hard to like trust them and believe the words that are coming out of this person's mouth. So when this person tells you like, I'll go to the grocery store real quick, do you need anything? You know what I mean? Like that, this is why your mind immediately jumps to like what it jumps to, like, oh, they're probably going to go to like some girl's house or some guy's house. I just know it. They're not going to no grocery store, but they legit are going to the grocery store. You know, I feel like this person knows that you don't trust them. I think that that's very evident to them that you honestly don't trust them. I think that this person does know that you don't trust them. They know that you don't. And I feel like they have been trying to like work towards gaining your trust because they know you don't trust them. They know that you don't. But if it's one thing that I will say, yeah, if it's one thing that I will say is that this person does strike me as somebody who is very open and receptive to like do whatever it is that they can to gain your trust. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you would think that that would like, you know, kind of like put your mind at ease and like, you know, you would think that it would like, you know, cause you to not think the things that you think about them, but you know, you still do. But yeah, this person comes off to me as somebody who's definitely tried to like, you know, gain your trust and put your mind at ease. Like, do you want my location? Do you want this? Do you want that? Is this gonna help you? Is that gonna help you? Like, because this is somebody who really does want to gain your trust, because they understand that trust is very important in every and any relationship. And because you don't trust them, they know that that is a real issue here. And this is kind of why we kind of see this person, you know, trying to look for ways to gain your trust, or even think of ways that they could potentially gain your trust. So, I mean, then there's that, and there's that. Okay. Now, as far as the ultimate outcome is concerned, we have the Page of Swords. We got the Six of Pentacles, and then we also have the, yeah. All right. This to me feels like two separate energies right off the bat here as far as the ultimate outcome is concerned. I feel like this is your energy, and I feel like this is their energy. There's an energy of you essentially feeling like you're going crazy within your relationship with this person, and it's mainly because you believe what you believe, right? You believe that this person's untrustworthy. You believe that this person is capable of doing X, Y, and Z behind your back. And because you believe this so strongly, this is why you have zero peace of mind within your relationship with this person. It all boils down to what you believe to be true about this person. Even though what you believe to be true about this person is not accurate and or correct, you still believe what you believe either which way. And like I said, this relationship, it does, you know, cause you at times to feel like you're like losing your mind. To the point where a lot of you find yourself feeling like this is just too much. I just can't take it anymore. But with the Page of Swords, the Six of Pentacles coming out here, look, I don't feel like this person wants you to give up on your relationship, you know, with them. I think that this person can definitely tell that, you know, this is definitely taking a massive toll on you as far as like you thinking, believing, and feeling like you can't trust them. Like they can tell that this is taking a massive toll on you. And this is kind of why they're trying to do like what they can think of on their end to try to like, you know, put your mind at ease. So that way you're not sitting around constantly worried and concerned about them and like what they're doing, you know, when you're not around and, you know, all of these things. But they know, yeah, they know that this is taking a massive toll on you, and they know that this is very, very hard for you, but they don't want you to give up. They don't want you to give up. You know, I feel like there's a conversation taking place between you and this person that's leading them to think you're at the verge of giving up. But they don't want you to give up on them or your relationship with them. They don't. And this is kind of why they're like trying so hard to like gain your trust and do whatever, you know, it takes to like put your mind at ease. But they know that this is not easy for you. They know that this is very, very hard for you. They know. They definitely know. They definitely know. Taurus, let's get some advice for you. What advice can you give me for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay. So, Taurus. This entire situation is only taking a massive toll on you because of this belief that you basically have of this person. A lot of you might feel like it's not, you know, this belief that you have of this person. A lot of you might feel like it's legit this person. Like there's just something about them that's throwing you off. There's just something about them that makes you think that you can't trust them. And it's nothing about them. It's everything about you and this belief that you basically have of them. You created this negative narrative about them. And with that being said, this is why, you know what I mean? Like you think the way that you think about this person, Taurus, and believe the things that you believe about them. In other words, Spirit's trying to get you to see that you're doing this to yourself because you refuse to accept the fact that you're wrong about them. In other words, like it doesn't have to be this way. Like it doesn't have to be this way, but it really does kind of start with you, Taurus. Like at some point, like you got to accept the fact that you're wrong about them. Like if you truly want to continue to remain with them and be with them, like you just have to accept the fact that you're wrong about this person. Like maybe you were right about a lot of other people that you dealt with, but in this particular case, dude, it looks like you're wrong about this person. I feel like your physical reality has revealed that to you on several different occasions. So it's one of those situations where it's like, if you really want to continue to proceed forward with this person, you got to start by accepting the fact that you're wrong about this person. It has nothing to do with them, and there's just something about them that causes you to think this. No, this has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with this like belief that you have of them that's completely and utterly false. And it's just simply not true. And because you're refusing to accept that, it's like, yeah, like, yeah, like anybody in your situation would, feel like they're going crazy as well, I just kind of feel like, I just feel like you don't know what it's like, Taurus. And this is like the sad part of, like, I would say this entire reading. I just feel like you don't know what it's like to be with somebody who honestly does love you. I just feel like you don't know what it's like to be with somebody who honestly does care about you. Like, I just don't feel like you know what it's like to be with somebody who's willing to do any freaking thing for you. Like, I just feel like you just don't know what it feels like to be with somebody who's loyal, committed, and devoted to you and what they share with you. I just feel like you just don't know what it feels like to be with someone like this. You're so used to dealing with the opposite. You're so used to dealing with people who don't care about you, who don't value you, who don't appreciate you, who wouldn't go out their way to do honestly anything for you. Like, this is what you're used to. This is what you're conditioned to, right? So it's like, to meet somebody who's very different from any other person you've ever dealt with prior to meeting them, like, it makes sense in a way why you think the things that you think. And it also makes sense as to why you're having a difficult time, like, adjusting, adapting, because again, it's like you're just so used to dealing with the polar opposite of them, that to deal with someone like this who is very committed and devoted to you and is willing to do whatever for you, like, all of this is new to you. And it's like, you just can't help but to feel like you just can't trust it, or you shouldn't trust it. But it's like, I feel like it had a lot to do with, for one, your belief about this person, but it also has a lot to do with just the people that you've dealt with prior to like getting involved with them. It's like, if you're so used to like dealing with a bunch of douchebags, the moment that you meet a person that's not a douchebag, who actually does love you and cares about you, like, I think that anybody in your situation will look at this individual and think the same things that you're thinking about them. It's not to say that you're wrong to think the things that you think about this person. You have every reason as to why you think the things that you think about this person. So I'm not saying you're wrong for that. But what I am saying is that you need to be self-aware of what's going on here, really. And it's not that you're dealing with the bad guy. You're actually dealing with a really, really good person who really, really does love you, who really, really does care about you. I just feel like all of this is new to you and you're just not used to it. You're just not used to it. And this is going to take some getting used to, but it truly does kind of start with you. Like, because this person could sit here and go above and beyond to gain your trust if they want to. But if you continue to believe the things that you believe, everything that they're doing on their end is going to be pointless. Let's just be honest. Everything that this person is going to do on their end to gain your trust is going to be pointless, because you're going to still believe what you believe. And if you don't realize, that this could be happening on your end just due to everybody else that you've ever dealt with prior to meeting this person, you know what I mean? They could go above and beyond to try to gain your trust, and you're still going to think the things that you think. You're still going to sit here and think to yourself, they're probably just like such and such. You see what I mean? So it's like, you got to recognize what's going on here, like, for real on your end. And just be self-aware of this belief that you have, because it's contributing to why you think the way that you think about this person and why you feel the way that you feel within this relationship. You don't have to worry about them and what they do when you're not around. You just think that you do have to sit here and worry about them and what they're doing when you're not around. You don't have to. You just choose to, because of this belief and the people that you've dealt with prior to getting involved with them. Once you can realize what's going on here within you, you can start taking the necessary steps towards, healing. You can start taking the necessary steps towards making this belief of yours a thing of the past. You can start not allowing past experiences that you've had with other people to continue to haunt you and affect you. But this really does kind of all start with you. I can't emphasize that enough. This all starts with you. If you want to see progress and see change within your relationship with this person, you got to start, you got to start making that change on your end. Okay. And that starts with getting rid of this belief that you have of this person. That also starts with you not comparing this person to everybody else you've ever dealt with. You know what I mean? Because they're nothing like these people from your past. So it's time that you stop thinking that they're just like everybody else you've ever dealt with, because they're not. They're not. Believe it or not, I do believe that this person will eventually be able to gain your trust. I do. But I think that they're going to be able to gain your trust when you start to accept the fact that you're wrong about this person, when you start to accept the fact that this is what's really going on with you, and this is why you really think the things that you think. It's not because they're untrustworthy. It's not because they're out here betraying you or deceiving you. It's legit because of this belief that you have of them, and everything else that I basically mentioned. All right, Taurus. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.